Greetings, Zombie Slayers, Slippy Jim here. Welcome back to my high-round solo strategy guide for the Exo Zombies map, Descent in Advanced Warfare. And in this part of the series, I'm going to show you guys the first boss fight against Zombie Oz at round 13, how to get through that, tips and tricks to get you through it with a minimum of fuss. And I'm also going to show you guys the new orbital drop for this map as well, coincidentally, which is the very cool Goliath suit as well. So, starting off the round here at the trap near the exosuit location. So there's some laser traps here on the floor, and we're going to start off the round, kill as many zombies as we can with this trap, and then we're going to head on through to the spa location. Now later on, the zombies will just basically jump over those laser traps, so you have to be careful that you don't get stuck back there. And then we're going to come through to the spa area. The spa area is probably the easiest place to run trains, as much as you can run trains in Exo Zombies. And this map in particular is quite hectic with the amount and the different types of zombies that you get that are going to try and mess up your awesome training skills. But this blunderbuss is awesome. Awesome. As I've said before, it really does wreck the zombies pretty good. And we're going to hit the trap drop here and head back on through. We're going to take them through this area here and head back to the Galleria area, so we can use the laser traps to our advantage. There's also those guillotine style door traps. I don't know what you would call those. They're pretty funny actually. It always reminds me of Futurama, where the door slams shut on Fry. I think it's the very first episode anyway. Talked about that before, but we're going to open up some more areas back here as well, so we can make the full circle of the map. I think this door back here through to the concierge will take us to the spot where we dropped down initially, so we can do the full circuit of the map, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just checking out where the box is as well, because we still want to hit that a little bit to try and get probably the trident weapon. Kill off this last runner here. We've got a couple of crawlers going on. Thin those out a bit as well. And we'll go hit the 3D printer here. See what we can get. So we get the Ohm. Alright, well I'm going to swap that out for the AK-12. The Ohm is probably a pretty decent weapon for what we're coming up against with the Oz battle. It's not the most powerful of weapons, but it has a pretty good range to it with the regular mode, and also has some good, some moderate to good damage in shotgun mode, close up for regular zombies. Okay, so coming up here to get the drops, we have the Sentinel Reinforcement drop. This is actually a really good drop to hold on to for the later Oz boss battle at round 20. So we're going to hang on to that. We've already got the camouflage, and I'm going to save the Goliath suit as well for the first boss battle. To tell you the honest truth, it's probably a little bit of a liability to bring it into the first Oz fight, and definitely the second one. You want to have good mobility and speed for both of those fights, and accuracy. And the Goliath, while it's powerful and offers a lot of protection to you, it doesn't have either of those other attributes. So, but we're going to give it a bit of a go here in a moment. We've got a dog round coming up as well. The other drops, by the way, the orbital drops you can see across the water there are not that great, so I'm just going to leave those. And we've got a dog round. So dog rounds are super easy if you have distraction drones or nano swarm as well. With distraction drones, you can just chuck them out and basically kill the dogs as they run towards it. And rinse and repeat, basically. You shouldn't be in any trouble whatsoever to get through this dog round. I kind of almost wish that they'd made the dogs immune to the distraction drones, just to make it a little bit challenging. But it's not too difficult at all. They definitely didn't continue the trend that they introduced, I think, with Town, where the dog round was basically in the middle of the regular zombies, if you know what I mean. Okay, so at around 12, heading in around 13, you've got to be set up and prepared for the Oz boss battle. This is the very first battle of two battles in the map. It's not that difficult once you know what to do and what to look out for. So we're going to head into it in the Goliath suit just for a bit of fun. But as I said, you probably don't want to take this in with you because it's going to limit your speed, maneuverability, and it's not even going to be that useful for taking Oz down, as you'll actually see soon. But how this basically works is Oz is located at one of 4 terminals, which are basically a northeast-southwest setup situation around this main room. And you've got to basically shoot him when the barrier lifts up like this and he is actually exposed. He can't be harmed until that barrier raises. So you have to destroy all 4 of these terminals to end this boss fight. And we've destroyed the first one, obviously, there super easily. And now what we've got to do is just survive a certain amount of time until that barrier goes down again for the next terminal. And then we're going to take him out. He'll move to the 3rd terminal and then the 4th in the same sort of manner. So what you've got to watch out for here, you can see that laser barrier there. It's like a laser ceiling, not a glass ceiling, a laser ceiling. So that means that if you try and double jump up through there or get on top of those platforms, you are going to take some pretty bad damage. So you got to limit yourself to the floor area while that laser ceiling is in place. But also you've got to watch out and take out as quickly as possible the turrets. There's laser turrets that will spawn every now and then up high in the ceilings. That's where you need your ranged weapons. And every now and then in those orange booth areas at floor level, you'll have the other turrets that spawn as well. So they're pretty easy to take out, but you want to do it as quickly as you can or you take a lot of damage. Now you can see here where the Goliath suit is actually a bit of a liability. It's so inaccurate, I can't even take out Oz. But normally he is pretty easy to take out, and you want to jump up on the platform and get in his face and take him out as quick as you can as soon as you hear that barrier go down. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done next time for sure. Now the other thing you have to watch out for, as you can see here, the electrified floor. So you want to get up on the platforms if it is possible, or crouch down the stairs if the laser ceiling is in place at the same time. We took out one of the lower turrets there as well. They're basically all of the hazards apart from the zombies, of course, that you've got to watch out for. So this is why I'm saying you do need a ranged weapon to take out those turrets, because especially the laser turrets, they do a ton of damage if you just sit there trying to, work out where the damage is coming from. But it's not even that hectic playing solo, at least here. So the barriers come down again. We're going to get up in Oz's face. 2 shots of the blunderbuss, even non-upgraded like this, should take out that terminal there as well. So he'll move to the next terminal, and we'll basically keep going. Actually, no, the other thing I forgot to mention, the 4th hazard in this area are these gas clouds. All they do is basically, if you go into that area, which is super easy to avoid, you will get infected, and you will need to decontaminate yourself using the decontamination pad in the center of the room. So, all in all, once you know what to look out for and how to avoid it and deal with it, it's not too hard to get through this first battle with Oz. So yeah, he will send a few of these special zombie types at you as well every now and then, but not really too much of a big deal to fight off them. There's not tons of zombies in here, which is good. But the other weird thing is that, as you can see here, I'm killing the zombies, but I'm not getting any points for it. So it's not like you can build up points to upgrade your guns or anything like that while you're in this room. You have to kind of come in here with the points already. And I mean, you're really going to be using those in advance before you get here anyway, to hit the 3D printer and get a good weapon or upgrade your existing weapons. So yeah. Alright, so we should have the barrier coming down here in a second. We're going to take out this next terminal here with the blunderbuss. And this is why the blunderbuss is so awesome, specifically for these fights, especially the next fight, which is it's probably a bit more difficult than this one. But the blunderbuss is definitely going to be good for your high DPS type weapon, even if it's got a very slow reload to it. And we've got a laser cannon spawning in up there as well, the turret. So yeah, it's actually not as hectic as a normal zombie round when you come into this boss fight. It's almost like laid back. Like there's very few zombies spawning in. They're reasonably easy to deal with. You've just got to watch out for those traps, really. Okay, so we should have just the one terminal left now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I love these things. You just set them up and they shoot all by themselves.
Couple of EMZs and stuff. We've got another turret back here, so you want to prioritize those turrets because they will take you down fairly quickly if you just let them shoot you. Alright, we've got quite a few EMZs and a few teleporters coming in here now as well, so it is getting a little bit hectic, but the fact that you can pick up these ammo orbital drops pretty much whenever you want, you basically use your special grenades, your contact grenades to make things easy for yourself, then pick up another ammo drop when you need to do that. So it should be pretty soon that we get another go at taking out Oz's terminal here. Yeah, I don't know what the trend is lately. I've been playing 7 Days to Die as well, and that does have a blunderbuss as well, and so maybe that's where Treyarch got the idea. Not Treyarch, sorry. Sledgehammer Games got the idea for a blunderbuss, of all things, in Advanced Warfare. Pretty crazy. But anyway, we take out Oz there, the 4th terminal. Oz is still alive somewhere. And then we're going to come back, and there's kind of like a mini game here where you get these credit orbital drops that spawn in. So if you're fast enough, you can get a ton of credits off these things. Like the more you pick up, the more credits you get as well. I think the most I've got is like 1,200 points off the last one, but I wasn't even that quick really there. And you get the same thing but with even more credits if you beat Oz the final time at round 20, which will be in the next episode of this series as well. Okay, so we're back into a normal zombie round here, and we're going to get Exo Stockpile, spend some of those credits we got off those orbital drops at the end there, and we should be able to upgrade the blunderbuss one time here as well. We get that ghastly green looking camo, but a tiny little bit of a damage buff, I guess. That's something. We're going to hit the trap here as well. But in the higher rounds, as I said before, the zombies will just jump straight over that laser. It's so low on the floor there, so you don't want to get trapped back in this location. You kind of want to hang around near that, where that central area is where the exosuits are, and then get the heck out of there. You got to be careful not to get blocked off in the tunnels when you're making your way through to the spa location. But as the zombies spawn in quicker and quicker from about around 30-40 onwards, you probably want to start in the spa location with getting the zombie train going, and then head on through to the trap and trigger it once you have them in a nice tight horde behind you. Alright, so yeah, we're basically going to have another 6 rounds until the next boss fight. So what you want to concentrate on for that is to make sure that you have 3 fairly decent orbital drops at your disposal. So we've got 2 pretty decent ones here. We'll probably look out for another camouflage or even another sentinel reinforcement drop if we can get one of those, and have that as our 3rd orbital drop that we can use for that last boss fight. But also we're going to be upgrading our weapons, so I still want to get the Trident special weapon. Now this is another really cool thing. Basically you can see here these piles of cash now drop from that little drone thingy if you take it out. So you can actually stand on those just like with the credit terminals when they malfunction, and just get a ton of points off that. It's pretty cool actually. When I first saw that yellow thing drop out, there's 2 of them actually, I was like, what the hell is that thing? Is that ammo or something? But it's actually a pile of cash, man. So yeah, a few little things that they have introduced, even if I know a lot of people were kind of disappointed that there was no new perk or anything in this map, but no new zombies apart from Zombie Oz. And no new perks. But you know what? I actually really like this map. I really like the boss fights as well. They've incorporated them really well. It's kind of a pretty cool challenge to face and gives you more purpose in the earlier rounds to have to be prepared for those fights than just going through the rounds. So I kind of really like that, let alone, you know, the Easter egg and stuff like that we've come to expect as well. So yeah, what I'll be doing here is hitting the box and also upgrading the blunderbuss if I don't get a good secondary weapon. So we've still got the Ohm. That's kind of okay, but not the best weapon in the world. So just trying to get the zombies in a nice train here as well, and then we'll be heading on back to the Galleria laser trap area. So just keep an eye on anything in front of you and try and take that out with the blunderbuss. If you get in a sticky situation where you get trapped, we get a max ammo back there. So we're going to be chucking the distraction drones out, using up all of the contact grenades and then picking that up. So didn't even really need to use the laser traps in the end. Okay, we got rid of the green camo. Alright, we've got enough points here for one hit of the 3D printer. I'm just trying to think if there's another perk that I want to get, or Exo upgrade. And I think I've got the main ones, but I might end up getting Exo Slam. It's something I personally hardly ever use, but I'll probably get that eventually. Just get all of the Exo upgrades, except I don't obviously get the Exo Medic, because I personally prefer to play without that. If you're wondering, like from back in the days in World at War when there was no solo quick revive. You didn't get revived if you died solo. It was game over, and I kind of like playing that way. It keeps you on your toes. If you're wondering, I'm a bit weird though, so by all means, you want to get that if you want to get to the higher rounds. Getting the camouflage there, and we have another Goliath drop as well, but we're probably not going to use that for the boss battle. We might just use that for getting through the rounds, having a bit of fun in round 16. This is really cool though. It's one of those drops, sort of like the death machine back in Black Ops Zombies. That is just so much fun, especially in the early rounds. And what I like about the orbital drop system is you can choose not to get it, or you can choose when you get it. It's not like a drop where you just accidentally get stuck with it. I haven't, to be honest, tested this yet in the super high rounds, but I imagine that the zombies would probably insta-destroy it, and it might be more of a liability, but I can't say for sure. I'm just guessing. If you guys know, if you've tried this out in the really high rounds, let me know. I tend to avoid it. So we have an infected round here. So kind of cool to have this for an infected round. I'm not sure if they can infect you while you're in this, while you're actually in this Goliath suit. I don't think they can, because I'm pretty sure I got swatted a few times. Yeah, this zombie here is just swatting away at me, but I'm obviously safe from infection while I'm in this thing. And it's pretty beastly as well for taking out the infected zombies. It doesn't seem like you can do yourself too much splash damage either with the rockets, which is cool, because otherwise that would kind of suck if you have to do the close quarters rocket shot. So obviously you can use the rockets with the right trigger and the homing rockets with the left trigger, which is like a cluster of smaller rockets. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Alright, heading into round 17 now. But yeah, like I usually have noticed, the final DLC Zombies map is usually the best one. I don't know, what do you guys think? If you've played all of the Exo Zombies maps, do you think this is the best one so far? I kind of think it is, because it has a nice balance. Burger Town was pretty good. Carrier, not so much. The first map was a little bit too simple. And yeah, this is probably the best one. Like, the atmosphere is really cool and unique. I really like the boss fight. It's got some cool weapons in it. I think it's a good balanced map for what it is. I think we've all come to realize at this point that Exo Zombies is not quite as good as Treyarch Zombies. I mean, how could it be, really? But it's definitely okay. It's definitely way better than the old survival mode that we've had before. So yeah, it was good. I'm glad that they brought it in. So we had something to amuse ourselves with for Sledgehammer Games Call of Duty. But obviously, it's going to be awesome to have some Treyarch Zombies coming in November. Yeah, really looking forward to that. I actually go away overseas on holiday to India like 2 days after it releases, so there might be 3 or 4 weeks until... I might be able to squeeze out 1 or 2 videos. I'll try to, but I can't guarantee anything. But after I get back, then I'll be pumping out the Black Ops 3 Zombies 24/7. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully it's awesome anyway. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, that's it from me for today. Please remember to rate and comment. I'll see you guys for part 3 coming up. Thanks for watching. Slippy Jim out.